Alrighty, guys, here it is right here. 2007 Dodge Dakota. Okay, yeah, it's been a long time since I worked on a 2007 model. This joker clean too, ain't it? Wonder if it got a lot of miles. Has to be to have 2007, to be a 2007 year model. 159. Now, guys, just so you know, last time I worked on one of these, I was informed that there are no more skim module. That's right. They've been discontinued. Y'all know what a skim module is, right? That is the module inside of here that go to your security key. Okay, that's a security feature. So if the chip in this key don't match that module, you know start. All right. So hopefully, I'm almost wondering, what are the people that have problem with that? Are they done? Like, are you done? Like, is this truck done, totally obsolete once you need a skim module? Because you can't get a brand new one anymore from Mopar, from OEM. Okay, it's been discontinued. So I'm sure somebody, maybe Derman, I don't know, maybe Derman got skim modules, but I'm just letting you know, the last time I went up to the parts counter to get one, it's like, nope, no more. Uh-oh, I got to check engine light. I want to see, all right, who want to guess before I pop this hood? What size engine in under here? 3, not a 3.6. There's no Pentastar in the year 2007. There was a 3.7, 4.7, and a 2.7. Oh, all those 7s, guys, from what I'm hearing, that is bad for the 7s. If your engine in a 7, yes, you got something special. All right, so let's pop this damn thing. Whoa! There you go. 6-cylinder. I see 3 spark plug coils. I see coils on this side. That makes this a 3.7. Oh, look at that damn water pump down there. Now, looking at the ticket, I had a P2181 that had something to do with coolant. Look at that thing moving. It's got a fan clutch on it. How many of y'all remember working on fan clutch? How many of y'all still got your fan clutch too? I never did buy one. You know, the big hex wrench. Look at the water pump. I don't know what I need, guys. First thing you do when you got a coolant cold. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm going to have to knock the cobs with it out. It's not hot, so let's see. Look at that. Look at that. That part there ain't even turning. Alrighty. Yeah, that seems empty, guys. So I got a leak somewhere. So what I got to do is get this in the air. And you know what? That's exactly what I'm going to do. I ain't going to waste time out here messing around with y'all. 3.7 liter, guys. Timing chain driven. Alright? Yeah, if you got one, hang on to it and treat it right. Don't jiggle rig your key or nothing, because that's it. That's a wrap. Now, don't get it twisted. A used skim module will work. You just have to, you know, get some dealer or some guy with a scan to program. You still got to go to the Dodge dealer to get the skim code, unless those key places have a way around it. All right. Now this is an 07 model. Can my traditional scan tool, my YTech 2, work, or will I need the DRB3? Yeah, 2007 model. Remember, guys, there's a running change. So on my 2007 PT Cruiser, I can use my YTech. So I don't know, but yeah. So I'm talking too much. Let me get this thing in the shop, guys, and we'll go from there. That's all I have, man. Hold tight. Well, guys. Good news, bad news. Well, I went further with my diagnosis like you're supposed to. Now, guys, I got the old school pressure tester. I know. Some of y'all got the fancy air hydraulic. This still works. And this is an old car and this is an old tool, so they go together very well. So I had to put some, I use water, guys. I didn't use coolant. It's okay to use water when you're doing diagnosis. So I filled this system up with water and I pressurized it. And let me show y'all what I see. This is the reason why this code is set. Like I say, when you low on coolant, that code will pretty much set all the time. All right. So, guys, we got a leaking water pump. Yeah, I can't get down there because of this this fan clutch. That's how old this truck is. Got a freaking fan clutch. But if you look straight down there, you can in fact see. Let me zoom right there. Yeah, you can see. Oh, it's leaking bad. Oh, y'all see down there? Well, I found the problem. Oh, as now, how much trouble I'm gonna have with this fan clutch? I don't know if y'all aware of the fan clutch. The threads are reversed, and it can be a pain to take off if it hasn't been off in a long time. So I got to be very. Ooh, that water pump looking bad. Yeah, so it has to be under pressure. So like I say, if you see that code P2181, chances are you low on coolant, and you need to find out why. Now I need to let it up and verify that the radiator is not leaking, but it's hard to fathom. Remember how leaks work. Coolant under pressure will try to escape through the point of least resistance. All right, because there's a leak here, it's going to all come out of here, but you still should put an eye on this damn radiator. In fact, I'm gonna let the truck up and inspect everything. So the bottom line is, I need a radiator. That's why the check engine light is on. All right, yeah, there's no code for water pump bad. So the codes are designed to put you in the right direction, guys. Yes, it's hard. Like if I go up and tell this customer, yeah, ma'am, your check engine light on. Why? Because you need a water pump. That's a code? Like, what if they're a little bit mechanically inclined? So then I have to explain, no, that code was set by the coolant temp sensor. Once you dissect and diagnose that code, it basically means the system is low on coolant, has not enough coolant in it. So from there, you need to find out why, which led me to the water pump. All right. So again, there's no such code as water pump bad, but there is a such code as a coolant temp. The computer monitors the coolant, not so much the coolant level, but the coolant temperature maybe, which can be interpreted as level. So it all depends on the mechanic, how much experience he have. All right, guys.
Alrighty, guys. See, I remember the Dodge Decoder, the truck I'm working on with the 3.7, the leaking water pump. Yeah, I don't think this thing ever been replaced. This truck almost 200,000 miles. Well, anyway, because it's the original Mopar water pump that lasted this long, yeah, it's a long time. That means the fan clutch is going to be extremely hard to get off. Guys, I cannot get this sucker off. Yes, look, put my wrench on there, grab my hammer, bam, bam, bam. That sucker would not budge. I know a lot of people use a air hammer to bang on the, I can't get it off. So what do you do when that happens? Yeah, y'all know my favorite word, right? If you watch this channel, everybody should know my favorite word. That happens to be improvise. That's right, guys. You can't get the damn fan clutch off. Do the next best thing. Bring the fan clutch off with it. I got one more bolt to go. Let me see. Hold tight, baby. Don't. Yeah, look, just bring it all up. It's one freaking unit. All right, that's the last bolt. Like I say, improvise, baby. Look at that. Ta-da! Bring the damn fan clutch out with you. All right, hack. This is a hack. Oh my goodness. Why won't this sucker come off? Now your job is not over. You're not scotch-free, guys, because you still got it. That'd be neat. I got a new water pump. It'd be neat if I had a new fan clutch. But yeah, you don't sell a customer a fan clutch just because you can't get the old one off. All right, you simply figure out a way to get the old one off, because technically there's nothing. You know, y'all know how a fan clutch operate, right? Y'all know the need why a fan clutch is even needed, right? Yeah. All right, look at this, guys. The impeller's still in place. You know what that tells me? Remember what we talked about on water pumps. Water pump can fail in 3 different ways. Number 1, by way of noisy. Bzzz, the bearings. Yes, the bearing. Y'all see that video I uploaded? The bearings, it was a 3.7 just like this. The bearings inside of this can fail. That's one way the alternator could constitute being replaced. Another way is not putting out. This impeller's job, as the engine spins, the serpentine belt grabbing this is turning this. You know what that's doing? Circulating coolant. Hopefully coolant. Hopefully you don't have water in it. You got coolant in it. It circulates coolant throughout your coolant system. Okay, that helps your engine maintain its coolant level. All right, coolant temperature level. All right, so we got what we say? We said bearing noise. We said putting out, and then last but not least is leaking. All right, so there's 3 things that could constitute a water pump being replaced: leaking, noisy, and just simply not putting out. Yeah, how many of y'all guys have that problem with your? Okay, no, it's a family channel. JT, stay focused. All right, so this one was leaking, guys. Look, that gasket is flush. Look at that thick. Ooh, Mopar, baby. This is Mopar too. I think this is the original. All right, yeah, and it did its time, guys. Now, some of you guys are so picky, y'all would take that seal out, put a new seal on it, and put it back on the car. No, at that point, the bearings have had almost 200,000 miles worth of wear on it. So just get a new water pump. If you got almost 200,000 miles out of this water pump, chances are you may get that out of this one. All right, you won't even have a truck by the time this water pump fail again. Don't go get no damn Derman water pump, guys. What is wrong with you people? All right, now my job is not over. I don't know why I'm happy. I still got to figure out a way to get this fan clutch off of here. But I don't have to be careful with the water pump, so I can put this in a vise and we'll figure something out, man. Y'all stay tuned.